Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Nirapundia. A lot of sports fans have questions about the various types of terminology that's used to describe sports injuries and what specific sports injuries actually are. Here's a quick breakdown of some of the terminology you may hear so you can better understand what injuries are being reported on in the media. Now, the first thing that's important to understand is the difference between a tendon and a ligament. A tendon is basically a structure that connects muscle to bone, whereas a ligament is a structure that basically connects bone to bone and provides stability to a joint. This is important when you differentiate out what a strain is versus a sprain. A strain is some degree of tearing, whether it be microscopic or complete tearing of a tendon or muscle. This is different than a sprain, which is basically some degree of tearing of a ligament. The next thing you hear about is a contusion. What exactly is a contusion? A contusion is damage to the structure of soft tissue that comes from a direct blow. This is similar to a bone bruise in the sense that the actual microstructure of the bone is actually damaged from a direct blow or when a ligament fails and two bones actually impact one another. In essence, both a contusion and a bone bruise are basically damage to the microstructural properties of a structure due to some degree of direct blow. The next differentiation that a lot of people have is the bone fractured or is it actually broken? They're the same exact thing. A fractured bone is a broken bone. Now, going more specifically into some injuries that you hear about, what exactly is a high ankle sprain? We hear this a lot, and people wonder, why is high ankle sprain so bad versus a low ankle sprain? The reason why a high ankle sprain is more severe is that it involves the very strong ligaments that connect the tibia to the fibula. This is very different from a low ankle sprain, which basically involves much smaller ligaments down in the ankle and foot region. Now, what exactly is a stinger? We hear this a lot for football players. A stinger is basically when you get stretching of the nerves in the shoulder neck region. This causes numbness and weakness in the arm, and people can feel an electrical type shock, which is why we call it a stinger. Now, what's a shoulder separation? A shoulder separation actually is injury to the ligaments that are at the acromioclavicular joint, which is the AC joint, which is on the top part of the shoulder. When those ligaments are damaged, the two bones can actually separate out, the reason why we call it a shoulder separation. The last injury that a lot of people hear a lot about is actually a Lisfranc injury. What exactly is a Lisfranc injury? It's an injury to these very important ligaments that are actually in the foot that helps to make sure that the foot has a good arch. Without this, it's very hard to push off and run effectively. Hopefully this was helpful for you in terms of understanding some of the terminology that's used in injury reports. And thank you very much for listening.